I'm Claire, and today I am going to review The Fangirl's Guide to the Galaxy, a handbook for geek girls by Sam Maggs. First of all, I want to talk about how cool this entire book looks. I did not expect for this to be a tiny hardback when I got it in the mail, but it is, and this is something that I really enjoy, so it was a very good surprise for me. I knew that I liked the design of the main cover. This is an illustration by Kelly Basto and it's adorable, but actually if you take off the dust jacket, you are left with this gorgeous, really bright cover filled with things that we geek girls really enjoy, like a laptop, a book, a TARDIS, and much more. Now, on to the actual contents of this book. It is divided into 4 main chapters, and I'm going to talk about each of them a little bit. The first chapter is It's Good to Be a Geek, and it's all about different types of fandom that you can be into and what kind of things you can do to express your fanish love and where you can meet other like-minded folk in the real world. I thought it was well observed. I was nodding my head in agreement a lot of the time. It made me laugh. I thought it was extremely sweet, but all things considered, I don't really think that it was really useful for me as someone who's been a fan and in fandom for a long time, but I don't think I'm really the target audience for this book. I think I would have loved it if I'd gotten it when I was younger. On to chapter 2. This one is called Fandom Intensifies, and it's all about being a geek girl online. So it goes through all the major social media platforms and tells you what you can expect from each one of them. It also talks about fan creations and how to deal with trolls and other unpleasant people on the internet. And again, even though I really liked reading through it, I thought the most useful bit by far was what she has to say about fanfiction. She gives 10 practical tips for starting to write fanfic, which I thought were extremely good. My favorite bit was this ultimate fan creation inspiration generator grid thing, which has got 3 columns that are labeled feels, characters, and setting. Earlier I tried pointing at it blindly just to see what would come out, and for the feels column I got happy endings, for characters I got backstory, and for setting I got the emergency room. And I thought Dr. Joan Watson from Elementary. When she was a kid, she was in the ER for some reason. Maybe for her, maybe for a relative, but it ended up well, and she thought the doctors were amazing, and she thought she was gonna be a surgeon when she grew up. I'm going to keep filming this video and not write elementary fanfic right now. The third chapter is How to Survive Conventions, and I thought that was completely gold. She gives a detailed list of conventions that you can go to, what they are about, roughly when they are and where they are, things that you have to do way ahead of the convention when you're doing your planning, a few days before the conventions when you're packing, at the convention itself when you're stressed out and there's a lot of noise everywhere, and then after the convention when you're maybe reviewing what you liked and didn't like and trying to make plans for the future. She also talks about stuff that you should have with you at all times. The only thing that I didn't really like was that her list of conventions that you can attend is solely in North America, so just in the US and Canada. And whilst I understand why they did that, because they have to focus somewhere, they can't have the book be just a list of conventions from everywhere, I just wish they'd given a page to maybe, hey, we can't give you more detail because we haven't been, but here are a list of like cons in Europe, Asia, the rest of the world. In that same chapter she also talks about cosplay, and I have absolutely nothing bad to say about her cosplaying advice. I'll definitely be rereading that section of the book before my next con, which is in a couple months now, so that's going to be really exciting. The final chapter is titled Aim to Misbehave, Geek Girl Feminism, And aside from the cool Firefly reference in the title, I thought this was a really, really great chapter. She talks about why be a feminist. She gives explanations for really common terms that you might see online but not really understand what they mean. She also does some myth busting. She gives some examples of really kick-ass female characters in media that you can go and look at for inspiration. She also talks about how to be a fan critically, how to consume media that we love but that might still be flawed. And that's definitely something that I would have needed when I was younger. As much as I enjoyed reading this book, now I feel like it would really have been a lot more useful to me if I'd found something like that when I was younger. And I'm really happy that something like this exists now. Now, this is something that I could totally see myself giving to a younger family member or friend who were interested in kind of geek stuff. Sadly, I'm an old crusty thing and I don't really know anyone in that kind of age range, maybe a teen or someone at university who would benefit from that, so I'm gonna keep it for myself, like a selfish person. I would heartily recommend this if it sounds like something that you would enjoy or that would be a good present for a geek girl that you know, then I'd say go for it. This was my review of The Fangirl's Guide to the Galaxy by Sam Maggs. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun filming it and I had a lot of fun reading this book and thinking ahead to convention season, although I'm just doing one convention this year, but I'm going to be at 9 Worlds in London in August. So I'll put their link in the description below if you want to check them out. If you don't have anything to do in early August, it's a really great convention. Let me know in the comments below what conventions you're going to this summer. I want to go to all the conventions vicariously. If you want to know more from me, check out the sidebar for a book haul as well as the Unpopular Opinions tag. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button for more videos from me every week. I've been Claire, thanks so much for watching and see you soon.